Hello everybody. So back in the yard again. We've got a few things going on. We're going to be upgrading our watering system from the stakes that have been working really well, but this will make it for more consistent watering. So I bought a kit off of Amazon, a starter kit off of Amazon, and then I bought extra pieces. It's a pretty decent kit. Came with 40 feet of main line, 200 feet of irrigation line. For the way our yard's set up, I thought I might need another 50 feet of main line and a few other pieces for attaching drip irrigation to stuff, some more tees. We should be really fleshed out for everything. That's what we're going to be working on today. Getting that taken care of and getting lines run everywhere. So that's the fun time today. So we've got a timer, more hose, more splitters. There's a Carthus behind us who is going to be helping us plan this out. And we're going to get this, get her done. So stage one is complete. We have a black backflow preventer, I think is what it's called. An inline screen filter. A rain point water timer shut off thingy. I forget what the hell to call it right now. And then a pressure regulator. This brings it down to 25 psi. And our first hose going to the garden. Alright guys, so we've got this section of irrigation tubing run. So the raised beds now have irrigation. They're called drip emitters. We've got those pointed at a few different places. Our brassicas are getting watered pretty much one-on-one. Onion squash is one. We've got our splitter back there that is feeding all the water to this section, and the hoses run along the front of the bed so that they hit the flowers as well as our plants. So everything's going to start getting watered a little more consistently now. And we've replaced our terracotta watering spikes. And then hose runs behind the, for some reason I can say it in Spanish, rain gutter. There we go. And we've got one more up here and this emitter covers, as you can see, the whole one. So we've got our raised beds essentially covered at this point. Hey everybody. Stage 3 is essentially done. We've got drip emitters. There's a fan emitter down there getting all the cucumbers watered. We have got lines run this way. Everything gets water. We've been testing it, that's why there's just like puddles. But we've even got some for the strawberries, misters on them. And that'll drift down and get all of this. So slowly but surely we're moving along, getting everything set up so that I can sort of not worry about this. And we got an appearance of the kale. So we ended up a little busy yesterday afternoon, so no recording for part 3. So we set up the irrigation to hit all these pots. We've got 2 fans, irrigation ones, so it'll hit our flower pots. It covers our plants across the edges, and we did run the lines all the way across. I just have to put the fitting on here so we can cover these 2 plants. And then we're going to be adding some 10-gallon pots to this area. There's a kale. And so we've got the rest of the irrigation line, so we can run drip irrigation to all that and have everything watered. Manually setting the timer right now just because we don't want to overwater too much right now, because we definitely watered a lot yesterday. As you can see, the ground isn't really soaking up the water too well right there, because everything's so damn moist from all the taming yesterday, or the training yesterday and testing. But everything is set up to get a decent amount of water. We've still got the holes from the water spike, so those will get water down into the bottom. But this is how it's set up now. Everything's got its misters set up so the ground will get water. So we should see some nice growth from everything once, a few days goes by and they're actually getting water regularly. Even though our cucumber is absolutely just flying, or trying to fly, up there. That one's the cucumber that we didn't realize was a cucumber. We weren't expecting to put one there. We thought it was another one of these honey nut squashes, or honey nut butter squash, honey butter squash, something like that. As you can see, the cauliflower is still doing, well, the cauliflower and the Brussels sprouts are bouncing back amazingly. We've been keeping an eye on the soldier moths, trying to make sure they don't lay eggs on them. Our tomatoes are doing nicely. Over here, these peppers are finally coming up. These not so much, but we'll see what happens with them. Our other tomato plants back there are doing well. We've also got our eggplants over here. Not eggplants, these are peppers. You can see some flowers coming up on both of them. This other pepper plant, I don't know how well it's gonna do hidden underneath under the cucumbers, but as you can see, we've absolutely got cucumbers coming in. That little bee buddy back there doing its pollinating thing. I went ahead and set up, I think not in the video, but maybe in pictures I put up, you're able to see. I'll show you in a second better, but here's our eggplants. The one in the back corner is doing amazingly well. Our strawberries are getting watered up here. We've got some actual strawberries coming off of that one. That one was an older plant, so it's actually giving us fruit this year. These are younger plants that are no fruits. They don't give you fruits the first year. So that's why we think the one in the back is an older one. But this is even, as you can see, it's dripping water down, so these are getting watered from that too. Her scale again. And then yesterday, one of the other things we did is we set up, this is a branch from something, probably some pest tree that I cut down, but we set up more netting. As you can see, there's lines that run right along here. We go there, so we've got the original one that comes here, plus 3 more lines so that it can just sort of spread around. And we're getting a little glare from the sun. But our cucumber plant is absolutely thriving, or plants. Let's get in here. We got a nice biggish one coming in already. It's going to be the biggest one I think so far. We've got another one coming up right here. Focus, man. Right, doesn't want to focus, but there's definitely one there. Bella's been having a fun time following it around and checking everything out. Everybody's bouncing around and getting all up in the plants. You can see there's another little cucumber right here. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for our update for this week. We got the drip irrigation, or irrigating everywhere. Kale's enjoying a little bit of a shower. Dakota's back there being a nuisance. But that's how everything goes right now. Everything's looking good. I'm actually going to let that lettuce flower and get some seeds out of it. But just needed one for this area. Those fans, if I turn it all the way up, the fan irrigation thing, it covers all the way to the ground. Oh, and the other thing we did, we actually got this covered. So we've got the mulch around the stairs for the steps. I still need to transfer more rocks to go underneath there. Speaking of soldier moths, need to keep that guy away. He's the culprit that will destroy our brassicas. Need them to not destroy them. Alright. And leave you guys with the kale. Kale. Sit. Come on, buddy. Sit. You little old man. I don't like to sit so much anymore. You cutie. Here comes Dakota, trying to figure out what's going on. Come here, Dakota. Come here. Over here. Come here. He doesn't want to move. No, he thinks he needs to go up front. Alright, guys. We'll catch you in the next update. Bye.